How's it going, everybody? This is Darrin with GuitarControl.com bringing this video lesson, and today I want to show you two different riffs. There's like the intro riffs from the song Aces High by Iron Maiden. So these are pretty easy to play. They sound really good, and they're in a harmony, and this is just to kind of show you how you can have just a repeating sequence of notes that is just played over and over and over again, but when you hear it in context of the song, it sounds like there's more going on because of what's happening behind the little melody line, you know, when they change chords and stuff. So be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look. Alright, so for this first part here, we're going to start off on the 6th fret of the D string, and I'm using my 3rd finger, and we're going to go 6 to 7, and then we're going to go to the G string to the 4th fret. So this is why you want to use your fingers here. So we go 6, 7, and then 4 on the G string, and then back to the 6th fret of the D string, back to the 3rd fret of the G string, so I'm just going to roll my 3rd finger up, and then back to the 4th fret of the G string. So that's kind of the riff right there. And then it just repeats. Okay, so what makes this kind of, what you have to make sure you include in here is this timing. So this is all made up of 8th notes. And this very first one is starting on the and of 4. So it's like and 1, and 2, and then on the downbeat of 3 we rest. On the and of 3 we go to the 4th fret here on the G string, and then on the downbeat of 4 we rest, and then on the and of 4 we're back to the 6 again. And it just repeats like that. So it just sounds like the same thing over and over and over again. Which it is, more or less. But like I said, it's because of what's happening behind it. So that riff just keeps repeating. It just keeps repeating like that. Like the riff itself is, it's an odd grouping. So like since we're starting on that and of 4, the riff ends on the and of 4 of the 2nd measure, and then it just more or less just repeats. So it's a total of 6 times that you play through that sequence, and then on the 7th time it has the change where it ends. So at the end of it is that you, last time through, you know, 6, 7, to 4 on the G string, to back to 4 on the D string, to 6, 4, 6, 7, 6, 6, 6, 4, and then to that 6 on the D string, 6, 7, 4, 7, 6, and then that just rings out. And then that's where it goes into the next part. Alright, so that whole sequence slowly. And then that would lead us into part 2. So for part 2, and again, this is all harmonized, so we're just looking at the parts that are the melody. So this is the part, if you playing this by yourself, this is the part you would want to play on this second part and on the first part. The part that I'm playing is the melody, and then the second part is the harmony. So for the melody for this part, we're going to start off, we're going to be able to transition right from where we were at. So we ended on the 6th fret of the D string with our 3rd finger. So now we're just going to move up here, and our 2nd finger is going to go to the 5th fret of the G string, and then our 1st finger is going to go onto the 4th fret of the G string. So we start off, we've got on the downbeat of 1, we have the 5th fret, and it's a dotted quarter note. So it's like 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So when we come up here 4, then to the 5th fret, we pick and pull back to the 4th fret twice. Then we're going to go to the 5th fret of the B string. So I'm just going to keep my 1st finger here where it is, and I'm going to move my 2nd finger up here to the 5th fret of the B string. Hit that twice, and then back to the 5th fret of the G string. So this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that would go on to the next part. So that's the first 2 measures. Okay, so then starting on the 3rd measure, we've got it's kind of like the first measure. So we start on the 5th fret of the G string, and it's a dotted quarter note. So it's 1, 2, and then on the and to 2, go to the 4th fret, the downbeat of 3 back to the 5th fret, and we pick, pull, and then back to 5 again as a quarter note for beat 4. So far. Then we go back to the 4th fret of the G string, where your 1st finger already is. We hit that on the downbeat of 1, and then on the and of 1, we go to the 7th fret of the G string, and I'm going to use my 4th finger, and that's and, 2, and then on the downbeat of 3, we go to the 5th fret of the B string with my 2nd finger. 3, the and of 3, we go back to the 7th fret of the G string. Downbeat of 4 is the 5th fret of the G string, and the and of 4 is the 4th fret of the G string, and then that whole thing just repeats. So you repeat that 4 times, and then from that point, that's where it would let go into the verse of the song. All right, so there you have it. 2 different riffs for the intro of Aces High by Iron Maiden. And so like I said, these aren't very difficult to play. They're fun to play. They sound really good, especially in the context. When you're just playing it by yourself, it doesn't really sound as cool as it does when you have it in the context of the song. So this is a good one to pull up the original song and play along with it, because the tempo isn't very fast on the intro part. When it goes to part 2, the tempo speeds up, but it's still not too terribly tough. If you go to do it and you're having some trouble, you just do it on YouTube, and then you can slow the speed down, like 3/4 or half speed, whatever you need to do to make it work. All right, so if you like this lesson, be sure to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you have any questions about this or other guitar-related topics. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that we upload throughout the week. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.